So before I begin this video, I just want to tell you that this contraption was designed a week ago, but since I had typhoid, I couldn't post it. So here it is. So let's begin the video. So this is a data transmitter, a 8 by 8 64-bit serial data transmitter, and that is a 8 by 8 64-bit serial data receiver, and it is made in such a way that it is a 8 into 8 pixel display. So here is I just made my initial, that is D, and if I click this button, all the data should travel on a single redstone line into the system and be decoded. Once it's decoded, you can see it, and if I want to clear the screen, just press this clear button and it should clear. Okay, so let me just try something else real quick. So if I do this and this and this, so now that I made a silly looking face, I should turn this on and all the data should travel and be decoded very soon. So there you go. That's a silly looking face. So that's it, and if I click this button, it should get reset. So let me just show you quickly how this thing works. So basically what happens here is when I click this fire button, a sticky piston fires this observer right into this block, powering this redstone line, sending a signal into this redstone line. So let's skip the part over there for now. Once the first signal is passed, the next signal will travel through this line into this first repeater, then into this, and it will go on and it will go on and go on till the last pixel over here. And then whichever pixel I have selected on the screen will send a signal into this repeater, and the signal will also travel through this line. So that's the encoder part, which is pretty easy. Now let's come to the decoder. Now how the decoder works is very simple. Basically the data comes from this redstone line, the data is brought all the way to the top, and then the data flows down and down and down, and once the data reaches the last pixel, it powers this block, and once the data powers this block, the first bit of data, this piston gets triggered, pushing this redstone block, powering this redstone line and powering all these redstone lines above, locking all the repeaters at their place. So it might sound complicated right now, but believe me, it's quite easy, it's quite simple. So let me just show you what exactly is going on over here. So once I send the signal, you should see as soon as the first bit reaches, the redstone block gets pushed, and now all the data is locked at its position, creating whatever we want on the screen. And if I want to clear this, I have to click this clear button. So what this clear button does is it powers this pulse extender, which will depower this redstone torch, which will create an update in this observer, which will fire this redstone block back, which will also unpower this piston, pulling this block down, disconnecting it from the data that's coming from the redstone line, and once all of that is done, everything will be back at its initial position. So for example, you can see data bits flashing in the redstone block pushback. Once it's done, this thing will fire back up, and that's it. That's exactly how it works. So now that you know how exactly it works, let's just have some fun with this thing. So I don't know what I'm making, but I'm making something. Okay, so I'm just messing around with this thing because it's really fun to use, and I will add a link in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. That looks like an inverted skeleton or something. I don't know. Okay, let's try something else. How about the omega symbol? An omega symbol. What does an omega symbol look like? Like this, right? It looks something like this, probably. Do I need to turn these off? And this one's on. So if I did it right, I should get a omega looking symbol. So first let me clear this screen. Okay, and now once the screen is cleared, I should fire this, and it will send bit by bit data of every pixel into the system, which will get logged over there. So if you want a detailed tutorial on how these things work and how to build them, and how to build them, and basically the entire concept of these things, you should absolutely subscribe and let me know in the comments, and I guess join the Discord server. I will mention it in the description, and just yeah, that's quite enough. You can ask me any questions you got on Discord. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. So I guess that's it for the serial data transmission system. I will add a world download in description, so if you want to mess around with this thing, and if you want to mess around with this thing, you can do that. And you should absolutely, if you make a video on this thing, please give me credits, because it it was a lot of pain to make. And yeah, that's it I guess. So let's end this with something good. Let's end this with something good. Okay. Let me guess. What should we end with? Okay. That's like, let's say that's small b, and that's a y, and that's a e. I don't know who makes e like that. No, that does not look very good. that's like the worst buy you could ever make. But let's just do it. Okay, no one cares. So there you go. So that's a bye from me. See you next time.